Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark. We're back here for the afternoon call. So this market, we've been saying it's, risk off a little bit, and it has been at this point in time for probably about 3 weeks. The volatility has increased. The VIX is almost at 21, in that range. We've been having at least 100-point moves in the overall markets. Lots of volatility, lots of two-way direction, which from a trading point of view, ideally you should be able to capitalize on it. Not the easiest trading market overall, even though we're getting the volatility. And that's okay. Part of it is waiting for your opportunity, finding your one or two ideas, and obviously trying to capitalize on it. Today, we had a gap up in the morning. We basically held that gap up, even though it was a really lethargic, day for the majority of the time. You could just see I put my 15-minute spider up. We gapped up to roughly around 158.60, went down to 157, and we closed roughly 158.60, just about where we opened up at. So a little bit of a travel range, of course, but seems a little slower. I think there's going to be window dressing towards the end of the week, and I think the 1600 mark, that's going to stand as a little bit of resistance. We're around 1583 on the futures at this point in time, something to that effect. So 1600 at this point will probably be a little resistance. Look at your weekly chart. If we actually close with a green bar, that could said we'll have a reversal, but the market's not feeling like it. I think there's lots of stuff that is still has done damage. A lot of things are still lagging. We had a good two-day rally in the banks. You can just see Goldman Sachs. I'll put the dailies up, actually. Sorry. From yesterday's low, about 148, to today's high, almost 154. Nice travel range. JP Morgan, same type of trade. Citigroup caught up a little bit, and now is back above its 100-day. That's the key. A lot of these stocks either penetrated most of them have gone through their 50-day. Some of them have gone through the 100-day, and now they're trying to recover from the 100-day. Most of them have not hit their 200-day yet, but if they are, obviously the first time they test it, normally they do try to bounce at least the first round. Now the key is the next time they test their 100-day or their 200-day or their 50-day, a lot of these stocks, most likely if they do it within a short period of time, most likely it will fail, meaning they will go through the key moving averages and the market should go lower. I think we're in for this volatility at least for another few weeks, minimum until earnings comes into play. But the key is everybody said they want to buy at a 5% pullback. Well, we got it. And now everybody gets nervous. That's sort of the MO of this tape. It always goes a little farther than everybody thinks, and everybody believes something has changed. So the key is it remains to be seen. And from a trading point of view, I've had my trading cap on and just really trying to capitalize on this tape. It is not easy. I try to rotate from high beta to the banks, to the solars, to maybe the stock of the day. And quite frankly, we're having lots of gyrations, but it's not easy to pinpoint. Today, you had a few select ideas. Netflix was downgraded and obviously remained relatively weak most of the day, but held in the top third of its trading range. Apple still hovering around its 400 level. See if it can hang there. I think 400 is a little bit of support. 398, light support until it's not, certainly. See if it can regain some composure. Right now it's not really there. Google took a break today also. It should hold roughly the 50-day at this point in time, which is roughly around 860. So $5 more. I'm personally long. I think where it came from to here. I'm going to take a small stab. My size has obviously been reduced accordingly because I think the trading is definitely getting a little bit more difficult. We're not trending, much less things in the swing, and really, I'm just really trying to capitalize intraday on smaller time frames, 15 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe hourlies, depending on what the market is giving us. Tesla had a nice little move today, but I think actually 105 is a little resistance temporarily, so we'll see what happens. LinkedIn, same type of trade. 177, 178, a little bit of resistance. 1765, a little bit of support. WHR was a trade we took yesterday. Basically, on my chart, it looked like we bounced off the 200-day. Not quite, but had a nice, $15, $10 rally from 108, maybe $7 rally, and then obviously rested. I'm looking for the big cap stocks to, try to find some support. I've been trying to, I've been in IBM, or I was in IBM this morning, took the trade. It's weird patterns, but at the same time, lots of dojis taking place, which means lots of reversals are happening in this tape. We'll have to wait and see. The industry that was relatively strong today was the solars. FSLR obviously had a very good day on very good volume. SCTY, I know it was mentioned with Walmart. Very good day. Bouncing right off its 50-day, which is a good sign. I've been in this for a little while, and I got a little bigger today. Looks good, but now you're contending with the 21-day. If it gets above there, above 37.50, you got a resumption of the uptrend. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, of the other solars, I would pick SPWR as the next best, I guess, in breed. FSLR, SCTY, from a trading point of view. So we'll see. We'll see if they have another day in there. And it's going to obviously depend on the market and market conditions. Home builders, Len came out with earnings up a chunk and really just could not hold that rally. And to me, that just says it means it needs more time. It's at the bottom third of its trading range. Quite frankly, it has had a nice pullback, from its highs. They're not up a whole lot for the year. I think from an investing point of view, certainly I think it's probably viable. From a trading point of view, they've been difficult for a while, so I'm holding off. But probably this is roughly the level to get involved if you want to bottom fish. But I don't know if the market's ready to turn. That's the quandary I think a lot of traders are dealing with. Is you might be getting good prices, but I think you're going to have to deal with a lot of volatility over the next coming weeks, if possibly months, till the summer resolves itself. That's in the cards, so it's a matter of how much holding time you want to have, how much risk you want to put on, and trade accordingly. And then from the short side, there's lots of stocks that I think people are looking at. I haven't really been trading them, but FFIV, the clouds are just every time they just cannot resume any sort of rally across the board. Some of the Chinese guys, Baidu, big, down days in a row. They're oversold at this point in time, but the fact is, are they going to try to regain, some composure and try to rally a little bit? That remains to be seen. Lots of two-way actions. That's the key to this tape. Don't marry a position on the long side and don't marry a position on the short side. I think you can intraday trade a lot of these things and obviously pick your prices. I think that's the key. I know I find myself jumping around a little bit too much, a little bit of my Achilles heel, trying to find the best opportunity, or being a majority of them, being one or two of the best opportunities, whether it's from the long side or short side, depending on what you're looking at, and that's how you're going to capitalize on this tape. There's enough, we always complain when there's no volatility. When there's lots of volatility, we say it's difficult. That's the market. It is difficult. It is challenging, but do your homework, get your conviction one way or another, and fight for your prices. And understand you're going to get these two-way actions intraday. I think ideally I'd like to see it for a little while because it's going to create good travel ranges for all of us. So hopefully we're able to capitalize today. With a little bit of an up day, a little bit of a relief rally. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If it's going to be the pattern, we'll probably be down a little bit. But part of me thinks that, window dressing is going to be in the cards, and I think 1600 at least temporarily will be resistance for us. And we'll go from there. Hopefully I had some luck today and made some good decisions. We'll be back here tomorrow.
I'm Evan Lazarus, Chief Knowledge Officer for T3Live.com. You don't become a great trader by watching videos and taking courses. You become a great trader through live screen time. Accelerate that learning curve by tapping into the experience of seasoned professionals. Currently, we're offering 5-day free trials to each of our 4 mentoring rooms. In the mentoring rooms, we teach our strategies in the context of the live market. To sign up for a free trial, go to the T3 Live education page, fill out the form, and get started when the next trading session begins. We hope to see you in one of our mentoring rooms.